With what happened with the stalking and the fatal stabbing of the 21-year-old girl in Japan, it got me really thinking a lot about what I witnessed last year when I was living in Japan, and I feel like it's finally time that I talk about it. I've actually been wanting to tell this story for months now, but I just didn't know how, and I didn't want to give people the wrong impression about Japan. Just because, like my page is all about Japan content and how to move to Japan and like my life when I was living there. But I think it's also important to talk about how no place is perfect, not even Japan, especially when it comes to safety towards women. So this is what happened. I was out one night last year with a group of friends, and it was just like a normal night. We were out dancing, having a lot of fun at a club in Shibuya, and it was around 2 a.m. when one of my friends decides she wants to call an Uber home. So me and another friend, we walk her downstairs to the locker area so that she can gather like her things. And while we were waiting there for her, this couple walks past us, and immediately you can tell that something is wrong. The guy, he is just talking really, or like he's yelling really towards his girlfriend, like really loud and being like super aggressive towards her. And I'm just like standing there and like trying to process like what I'm watching. And next thing I know, he pushes this girl and she like slams into the lockers. And she doesn't really do anything about it. I think she's like talking back to him, but she's like trying to like, open the lock and like gather her things and stuff. And the whole time he's still like being like super aggressive towards her. And I remember just standing there, and yes, I had like a few drinks that night. And so, I have like that liquid courage. And also I'm processing like what I just witnessed, and like I didn't like what I witnessed and made me upset. I'm not just gonna let that happen right in front of me. And if you were to ask any of my friends back home, they would tell you that I will stick up for them, especially if it's some sort of violence towards women. And I am just the type of person to speak up against any injustice I see, especially in front of me and especially towards any women. And I'm not afraid to speak up. Seeing that in front of me, I immediately go up to the guy and I tell him that he needs to calm down and to just like leave her alone, And he just like brushes me off, and it's just like, it's none of your business. At that point, like I didn't really care. And so like my friend, she like backed me up, and we somehow managed to get this girl away from him. And like we bring her closer to like our friend group, and he walks away. I don't know where he goes. And so she's like standing in our friend group, and I'm asking her like, are you okay? Like, do you want to go back with him? And she's just standing there like stonewalled, like not saying a word. And I didn't know if maybe because she was shocked, or if she was like scared, or if she was drunk, or she didn't understand what I was saying because I was speaking to her in English. Maybe all of that. I don't know. But anyway, she just like didn't say anything towards me. And so after some time, this guy, he comes back up to us, and like he's acting different, and you can hear it in like his tone of voice, like it completely changes. And he comes back up to her and he's like, come on baby, like it's time to go, we have to get going. And I literally call him out on that, and I'm like, oh, so now you're being so nice to her. And as soon as I say that, like instantly he's reverted back to being like aggressive, and like he's like telling me like she has nowhere else to go, like she has to come home with me. And so next thing I know, he like grabs her by the wrist and he like pulls her away from us, and then like shoves her to keep walking like in front of him, like towards the exit of the club. And as soon as that happens, my friend and I, we go after him, and we're trying to like separate them. And I think I did pull on him, from what I remember, trying to separate them. And we're getting closer towards the exit of the club, and I see there's security guards, and like, oh, maybe like they can do something about it. But we get closer to the security guards, and one of them steps in and he tells me to stop. And I tried explaining to him what was happening, like he was being super aggressive towards her, and I was concerned for her safety. And I'll just like never forget what he said to me. He says to not get involved, mind my own business. Japan is different, and if anything, I could get in trouble. And as soon as he said that, like I immediately thought about my visa, and I just froze and I just felt super helpless because I wanted to help, but also at the same time, I didn't want to get into like legal trouble in like another country and then lose my visa. And so I just didn't do anything. I just stopped and they left the club. And for months afterwards, I just kept thinking about what happened and it just like didn't sit right with me and like I felt so bad about it. And I just think about like if I were her, like would anybody have stepped in to help me out? I did look into the laws in Japan and they do have laws to help protect against domestic violence and any like stalking, but something that I did learn is that these kind of situations are treated more as like private matters and people like strangers intervening don't really happen or like it's not common as it is like in the US. And to be clear, I just want to say Japan is still one of the safest countries in the world. I've never felt safer in my life walking home alone at night like I did living in Japan. But this experience did remind me that no country is perfect. Not even Japan, especially when it comes to violence towards women. This is more of like a global issue. And it happens everywhere. Unfortunately, that's the truth. And there's room for improvement in protecting women against violence. And honestly, I still don't know what the right thing to do was, but stepping in just felt right to me in the moment. But also like maybe it wasn't the right thing. Like maybe things could have escalated further. But being told to walk away just like didn't sit right with me. And it made me question if situations like these happen in public, whose responsibility is it to step in? Because clearly the security guards didn't feel the need to. And I've worked in the industry for years in the US and I have a lot of friends that work in security and I just like know that they would not have let this happen if they were to witness it. So I just like wanted to ask you guys, what would you have done? Or if you've ever experienced or witnessed something like this, have you stepped in before? Like, did you speak out against it? Because I think there are people that do experience this or witness this and just maybe don't really talk about it. And maybe it's time that we do start talking about it more.